In this example, our goal is to figure out what cosine of alpha minus beta is given some information. We're told that alpha is in quadrant 2 with a tangent value of negative 5/12. So I've drawn that on the left here. I've drawn an angle in quadrant 2 that has a tangent value of negative 5/12. We don't know what the radius is. We'll have to find that. We're also told that beta is in quadrant 1 with a cosine value of 3/4. So I've drawn a picture of quadrant 1 with an angle that has a cosine value of 3/4. We don't know what the y-coordinate is. And again, our ultimate goal is to figure out what cosine of alpha minus beta is equal to. That's our ultimate goal with this problem. Well, we know that the cosine of a difference identity has cosine and sine of alpha and cosine and sine of beta. So we need to use this preliminary information to find those four factors. Let's get started. Over here, let's figure out what sine and cosine of alpha are. Well, we need to know what r is first. We know r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So that's 144 plus 25, which is 169. So that tells us that r is the square root of 169, which is 13. We now conclude that sine of alpha is equal to 5/13 and cosine of alpha is equal to negative 12/13. Cosine is x over r and sine is y over r. Let's get over to beta now. So we're told cosine of beta is 3/4. We already know one of the two beta factors. We have cosine, we need sine. To do that, we need the y. Again, Pythagorean theorem, we'll use 4 squared is equal to 3 squared plus y squared. So this tells us that y squared is equal to 16 minus 9, which is equal to 7. And that tells us that y is equal to the positive square root of 7. And I'm choosing the positive square root because we're in quadrant 1 where y values are positive. We now know that the sine of beta is equal to root 7 divided by 4. Now we're good to go. So cosine of alpha minus beta, that's our ultimate goal. That's cosine of alpha, cosine of beta. Now we have to get the plus or minus correct, and for cosine it's opposite of what we started with. We started with a minus, so we use a plus, and then we have to fill in sine of alpha and sine of beta. Now it's a plug and chug type of thing. Cosine of alpha, we found that to be negative 12 over 13 times cosine of beta, that was given to be 3/4, plus sine of alpha, we found that to be 5 over 13, and then sine of beta, we calculated that to be root 7 divided by 4. We have a common denominator there. 13 times 4 is 52, so we'll put that in the denominator. In the numerator, we have negative 36 plus 5 square root 7, and that's it. We can't reduce that any further, so that is our answer.